Hi everyone, I hope you're all well and welcome in this new video. It's the second part of Back to Uni, which gonna make like second and third part because I decided to do it in one part, not two. It's gonna be a longer video. So the first part is gonna be about the supplies you need, and the second part is gonna be about the organization to study. It's my third year at university, so I'm starting to have a bit of knowledge about it. Yeah, and my phone is starting to fall already. I have done a bit of a checklist because otherwise it's not organizing. I'm gonna start with something obvious, the choice between using a computer or using an iPad or something like that. I think the choice is more about the kind of study you're gonna do and the way you study. If you study something at university and you need to type a lot, to type a lot on your keyboards, I would recommend a computer because it's easier to use and to take notes. Honestly, in classes, it's really easier. And I would recommend an iPad or a tablet if you like to draw your lessons. I mean, like you like to do a mind map or things like that, it's easier for you. So if I should class a bit, I would say if you do medicine, arts, or architecture like I do, I would recommend the iPad or the tactile way because you can draw a lot. But if you take also a keyboard and a pencil because it's very useful. If you do law or science or engineers, take a computer. I personally have both because in architecture I need to take notes. I need to run apps like renders and everything that are very fast for a computer. And I also need to draw things, and I personally use a lot my iPad for my model class. So I can pick it easily, anywhere with me. If I would recommend something too, it's to know if you buy a computer, if it's just to take notes. You can take, I think, for like 500 euros or $600, so you can have a good computer if it's just to take notes. If you're gonna need like renderers, or maybe if you're an engineer with apps like Katia or things like that, or if you're an architecture like me with 3D renderers, Reno, anything, take a good computer. I personally use a Dell XPS 15. Which I buy, I think it's 2022. It's working well and have a pretty good battery. And for my iPad, I didn't buy it new, it's occasion, and I think it's iPad Pro 2020 or 2021. I can open AutoCAD on it, and it's really useful. Second thing's also obvious, but take a bag for school. A bag, I think there is two types. A handbag and you have a backpack. For students, I would recommend more backpack because I personally walk to my school and it's more useful to have it on your bag than having here. But I have two bags. I'm gonna show you because I don't have it here, but my first bag, it's bag I buy on Amazon. So I'm just put it here or here somewhere. And my second bag. Okay, so my second bag is this one. I have two washes, but it's Captain & Son, and it's honestly a pretty good bag. I don't know the price, but I think it's really expensive if you buy it new. It's like 80 euros or 100 euros, so maybe something like $100. But I really like it because it's really comfy. And I like it because I can put my computer. Okay, I can put them like that and just tie it, so it's a bit of security, like, you have that, and it's complicated for someone to rob your things. And yeah, I like it because I still have space and I feel it's easier. I don't know where it is, but I also have a Greek case where I put sometimes my computer, but in this bag I don't feel like I need it. Okay, I found it. It's this one. I think I buy it maybe on Vinted or Amazon, I don't know. But it's like that, just a pocket, simple. Third or fourth, I love the count. Next things, it's a bottle. Personally, I use this one. It's Vincent. I don't know, I did buy it on Amazon. And what I like is that I have trouble to drink like that. I don't know why, but I also am like coughing. Like, also have a pocket with like medicine pads, just kind of things. I have mine, but I think it's not complete because it's the end of the year. This is a pocket like that. I have tissue, I have tape like that, stick for lips, empty medicine for my periods, medicine, others medicines for glasses, hand cream. What is it? Oh, this is for my glasses too. Pads and perfume. I don't know why I have that, but why not? All those kind of things you can need. What I would recommend too is for you to have a planner. If you prefer it on paper, just buy an agenda or a planner. And if you prefer on computer, just take notes. I personally use Google Calendar. I think it's a good idea to keep things on paper a bit. So yeah, buy copybooks so you can do exercise and you can have a bit of everything on the same page and on paper, even if you don't take notes on paper, but just for little things or recap or anything, it's always useful. And so obviously I have pen, pencil, everything you need. I put my classes, I put my job hours, I put meetings like a dentist, I don't know, things like that. But I don't choose it for my friends, things or anything. I prefer to keep it like on paper or something. I also don't use it for my organization daily. Write on paper what I need to do the next day. I mean, when I go to bed just before I'm going to sleep, I take a paper and I note what I have to do tomorrow. Okay, 7 a.m. wake up, I don't know, 7 to 8 going for a run, 8 to 9 eat breakfast, 9 to 12 do my math exercise. I like to do it this way and the day before because I can plan what I have to do, and also because if you do it in the morning, I don't know, it takes like a kind of, I don't know, I feel it's more easier to do it when you go to bed. The other day you just have to follow and you don't have to think, what do I have to do? I like keeping my day 1 or 2 hours. I have nothing planned, and so I don't know, I can play piano, I can going for a walk, and I think it's good to have this time off to do something else. I would recommend, if you're in university and you have like classes, I'm on the lectures, I would recommend to take notes on the computer. Take 1 or 2 hours in the same day, and so you read your notes and two things. You can do a synthesis next, and then I use AI to do a bit of a quiz just to test myself. What do I remember for the courses? And you can also take a paper and just you close and you say, okay, 4 hours, what do I remember from those 4 hours? And yeah, I like to do this kind of things, and you just write all you remember, and so you can see working in it, because if you start to work just before the exam, it's not possible, to be honest. We're lucky because usually your teacher give you 1 or 2 exercise, and we're lucky because now we have AI, and so you can ask AI to give you other exercise in the same kind, and it's useful because you often have the last year exam, and so you can ask AI, give the last year exam and say, okay, ask me the same question, the same kind of question, because usually your teacher always give you the same kind of question. So they're gonna wake up in the morning and say, I'm gonna do something completely different. And if they do that, it's just, yeah, it can happen, but it's really, really rare, I'm gonna say. Honestly, I don't do so much things to study. I don't have really... I'm just trying to do things as much as I can a bit every day. The more you do it as it comes, the more easier it will be when you have your exams. I don't know, but for me it's easier. More difficult it is, the easier it seems to me. I can't explain why, but I think there is people like me, and yeah, don't worry. If the first year is sometimes harder than the other years, and the more complex something is for me, the easier it is, because the more I'm gonna dip in, you know? So yeah, don't be too worried about it. I hope you liked this video. You can like, write a comment if you have anything to say, and subscribe, and I see you next week. Bye!